Afternoon, everyone, and it's Saturday, 3 p.m. again. So we're here to exchange knowledge, and you hear what I have for you. And a lot of you knows about the two books I wrote, right? Appointment with Ying at 8 a.m. And that one book says how to start a business. Then I wrote the second one is Appointment with Ying at 10 a.m. That book is about growing your business. Then the third book I have in my plan to publish is the 2 p.m. That 2 p.m. book talks about expanding your business. So when you already have a business and it's going the way you want to go, but it just doesn't really becoming bigger as you wish it to be. So there is a question lays about how to expand. So how to expand, one of the means we talk about is to form partnership. Not so much in the way by saying, oh, just find another new partner and coming into your business. Not exactly that. In strategic business partnership like today's topic is, and we want to give you that one way to expand your business. But even in that one way, there's 12 most popular ways of how a business to expand. So we are going to focus on that. But of course, today is March 15. Normally, March 15 is the filing due date for pass-through entities. Entities like partnership, entities like S corporation, right? They are pass-through entities and it's due today. But because 15th is Saturday, so the real due day, it is Monday, March 17th. So if you're listening to me right now, and make sure you file extension if you are not ready to get your pass-through entity tax return done. That due date is the 17th, right? All right, let's get going with that. And before we talk about our topic, as always, we talk about our firm, Community CPA. And this is our website, communitycpa.com. And on this website, there's two things I want to draw your attention. One of the things is the On Board with Us. That's the blue button on the top of the page. On Board with Us allow you to become our client without having to call, make appointment. No, you just go on there, register yourself. If you're not our client, you don't have client portal login. So you just register yourself, upload what you need us to see, then we will get back to you right away within 24 hours. So that is one way to get hold of us, become our client quickly. The other one is the appointment button. This is the button where you will find the partners to dialogue with, and you can check with us on things you want to do and engaging us for service, right? And then we also want you to know that this YouTube channel, you obviously can subscribe to our YouTube channel and become a channel member. It doesn't cost you anything, but just give you the notification of what webinar content we will be talking about. We literally do webinars 4 times a week. Tuesday is English, and that's a 30-minute short one. And then we have Wednesday in Chinese. That's a 30 minutes short one. Then we have Thursday in Spanish. Then Saturday again is this one. Most of the time I'm the one coming in to talk, but if I am traveling or I couldn't do it for whatever reason, other partners will step in. So we will deliver. We'll deliver knowledge to you, rain or shine. With that said, the other slides I have here is just the firm. We have 12,000 clients, and we don't count that every day, but occasionally I go into the database and get a total so I can brag about it. And we have 5 branches right now, and I'm in Houston, Texas branch right now, and we have 4 other branches across 4 different states. And then this is the book. This is the book I was talking about. So today's content is in the 2 p.m. book. It is about strategic partnership in your business when you are ready to grow, when you are ready to expand. You already done growing and you are ready to expand your company beyond a single one person company. All right. So of course, no responsibility disclaimer. We are providing these webinars to for free. And if you really want to use the knowledge for service, for your self-service, and you want to remember that to engage us, so we can definitely be there for you. Now, to expand the business, to expand your business, the way to expand, one of the way obviously is to form strategic partnership. But every time people use the big word of strategic, what are you thinking? You are like, it's a word salad, right? It's just a word. It doesn't really give you what means strategic partnership. So we broke that down for you by 12 points. So all of these 12 points, someone was doing that very successfully. That's why we pull it over to show you. And let's talk about these 12 things. You literally can try all 12 of them. But these are the ones to make your business bigger than what you are today. So this is 2 or more business come together to collaborate. Okay? So now let's do the first one. So we got 12 going. So we have 12 slides and we're going to talk about that. Joint ventures. So joint venture is a business arrangement where 2 or more businesses are pooling resources together for a specific task in a specific entity. So what I'm saying here is that normally when you talk about joint venture, it is company A, company B come together, form a company C. The company C will do this joint venture job. So we have these examples. And one of the big examples, you can find them online. I mean, if you type into Starbucks and Tata Global Beverages, and you will realize this is an India Starbucks. It is actually a company formed in India and a joint venture by Starbucks and the local Tata Global. So with that said, you see, they created a new body and they are joint venture and selling Starbucks coffee. So that is where the joint ventures come from. And the people might ask me, okay, fine, joint venture. Do you think they are a partnership? Or what are they, and what type of entity they are in for these kind of joint venture? That is a discussion when you want to do a joint venture, and what type of business you are in, and how the partners are determines what kind of entity you're gonna be. For example, in my book, in my 8 a.m. book, I talked about Francisco's joint venture, and Francisco joint venture with Joe. And Joe is a U.S. citizen. Francisco is an IT number holder. So their joint venture is actually by their name. So Francisco, because it's IT, doesn't have a work permit, so it actually needs to be a passive partner. And Joe is a citizenship, so can be anything you want him to be because he doesn't have the restrictions on the work permit side. So for that, they form that entity. But if, let's say, Francisco don't want anybody to know that he has IT, then that partnership can be a C Corp, and Francisco can actually form a company and to use that company to joint venture with Joe. So there's so many reasons behind all these collaboration, right? So when we talk about joint venture, and what we want our listener to know that you need to you better form an entity. But what type of entity that is, you need someone like me, someone like Community CPA, or your other attorneys out there who work service with you, and have them determine based on your situation, based on the partner situation, come up with the best entity for you. So this is joint venture. That definitely is the most popular in the small business area. Small business owners, when they come together to do a business, they can use their company to be shareholder, form a company, and do joint venture, right? So that would be something we want you to know. Joint venture is the number one strategic. It's a strategic partnership, and joint venture is the most popular one. There is another partnership. It's another business combination. It's called strategic alliance. This one, the best example I can give you is a Starbucks with Barnes & Noble. Have you ever gone to Barnes & Noble and realized that they have a Starbucks coffee in that store? That is a strategic alliance. Strategic alliance doesn't need to be a separate legal entity. You know, Barnes & Noble don't need to have somebody else in their bookstore. When you go to purchase coffee from Barnes & Noble, you still get Barnes & Noble's receipt. It is actually Barnes & Noble's receipt with Starbucks coffee on it. What does that mean? That means all of the service agreement is coming through Barnes & Noble. So they must have agreement with Starbucks saying that if I sell 1 cup of coffee and I take what commission and you take whatever you take, right? So maybe each box, I don't know the detail of that agreement, but I would imagine that Barnes & Noble would at least calculate at least the space. Because that space is selling Starbucks coffee that cost Barnes & Noble rent, right? So that space must be priced into the commission they're going to get from that coffee shop. So those are a agreement. It is agreement between 2 companies and to do what they need to do, and one company in charge of the in and out. So the one company, Barnes & Noble, will issue the receipt. The inventory that comes from Starbucks is bought by Starbucks, a sector of that employee. They are the one buying it. I'm pretty sure Barnes & Noble don't buy the coffee beans, and it's just coming from Starbucks. So if we buy a $8 a cup of coffee, for sure a majority of that goes to Starbucks, and a little percentage of that goes to Barnes & Noble, because the only cost for Barnes & Noble might just be the space, not even the employee. The employee might be paid by Starbucks, right? So this is strategic alliance. Strategic alliance is a formal agreement between 2 and more businesses to collaborate on specific project activity while remaining independent from each other. So that's a second, this example would just kind of register with you, right? The first example is that Tata Global with Starbucks, and this is Starbucks with Barnes & Noble. Now you are sitting there wondering, wow, Starbucks is really cool. They really know how to expand their business. There you go. That's how Starbucks successful, right? The third one is co-branding. Co-branding is something that marketing folks created for businesses to collaborate. So 2 different brands are doing it together. If you go, the most famous one is Doritos and the Taco Bell. Doritos and Taco Bell, they're different food, right? Doritos is the chips that we buy when we eat it, and we got this yellow, the orange residue on our finger, and crispy, right? Taco Bells, well, if you order soft taco, it is soft. It definitely is not Doritos, but they are co-branding. They are co-branding this Doritos feel and the touch with taco inside. So people who are fans of Doritos rush into Taco Bell to try out Dorito Taco Bell shell, right? So ultimately, getting both business more customers. This is a famous co-branding success stories. So, when you co-branding, you don't lose your character. Doritos still have that crunchy yellow residue, that's actually one of the reasons why I don't eat it because of that yellow residue on my hand. But customer who follow Doritos, they want that. If you don't have that yellow residue on their hand, they don't think it's real Doritos. So Taco Bell start selling those kind of shell, so made both brand better known to the public. So that's co-branding. Think of what you can do with your brand and with the other brand. Maybe you find co-branding opportunity as well. Of course, when you do co-branding, it is definitely customers are going into a one place because Doritos are not selling tacos on the shelf, but Taco Bell is selling the tacos, used Doritos. So at that time, there will be financial arrangement on those kind of tacos was sold, how much that should be paid back to Doritos. Those are, again, is a agreement. It's a partnership agreement that you can come through to really digest the profit that you get from this co-branding activity. The next one we have is cross promotions. The most famous cross promotions considered very successful is actually Spotify and the Lulu. Because if you buy one subscription, it got two. So they have combined subscription programs for people to shopping at both platforms. So these are cross promotion. But when they do that cross promotion, it is agreement of the two business again. So they split that subscription. It's not like they become one company. No, they're a separate company. Each company will promote on their own. So Shopify will promote, oh, you subscribe to mine selling platform. Lulu will be another one for you. We are cross promoting. We save you money. Otherwise, you have to pay each one of them. Okay, so this is like for $12.99. Actually, the price is for $12.99. You can have these two subscriptions. But if you do it separately, then it will be more expensive. So with that said, you know that it will attract client. When they had Lulu, they want Shopify. They know that they can get both with one price. Then the two companies separating their proceed at that time, right? So this is cross promotion is also working well for a lot of businesses. When you have maybe, if you are a small business and you're selling tacos and there is another business next door to you selling groceries, Hispanic groceries. So maybe cross promotion can happen. If you buy groceries from here, you got $1 discount on next door taco. The next door taco says that if you buy 3 tacos in one meal and you get $1 to spend at the other store. So it doesn't cost anything. It is just promoting each other next door. That's cross promotion. And the resources sharing is also a huge collaboration out there in the business world. The one, I didn't really get you a good example, but I'll tell you among our client. So we have a client and with the office space and has an office building, but the office building, normally most of the time is full because they use it. But a lot of times, especially on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there really isn't much of a use. So what happened to our client is they share that resources. They found a nonprofit organization. It's a local new church organization. They do their activities mostly on Saturday, Sunday. And a Friday, they use that for the afternoon. Could have the parenting meeting, youth meeting and things like that. So what they did is they actually resource shared the office space with this new church so they can have it on the weekend. They use it Monday to Thursday and sometimes Friday morning as well. So when you do these kind of sharing, And of course, there is monetary benefit come between both. The church don't have to pay resources that they have to rent the full time. And our client actually getting a little bit of money. Actually, our client get about $3,000 on the office rent, but they give 1,500 as a donation back to the church. So this is resources sharing with cherry on the top. So our clients even donating part of that money back because it is actual fund they got, they don't really have a need for. So business sharing offices, that's a thing. Sharing warehouse is also a thing. You can share your IT team. If you have an IT team that you don't use full time, then you can resource sharing to trade with another business. Maybe you are a taxi company. You always have to repair your taxis, but the other repair shop has a full-time IT person, they hire. So maybe that IT person can share to the taxi company, and taxi company, when you go to do repairs, then those credit can be used so you don't have to pay, right? So those kind of resources sharing is also very popular. We also have a kind of partnership. It's called supply chain partnerships. Supply chain obviously is where you get your resources in. For example, the restaurant. The restaurant buying things from suppliers. A lot of small restaurant owners would just go to Costco, right? Costco, Sam's Club to do that. But what if your restaurant is really could get a half container of the supplies, but it's between Costco and your own orders and you are struggling, then supply chain partnership would come in handy. If you get a hold of 2 other local restaurants and then you order it all together with 1 container to come in, then that would lower your cost by a lot. Right? So this is what we call the supply chain partnership. Involves collaboration between business within the supply chain to improve efficiency, reduce cost, and even increase product quality. So these kind of partnership, it is really a data sharing on inventory side. Because it's supply, it's your inventory, so you kind of need to know how much inventory you need, how much inventory your partner need. So 3-4 partners together, what are the inventory orders you're gonna do? So those kind of collaboration can come through. And one of the biggest supply chain partnership is actually between Walmart and the Procter and Gamble. And P&G and Walmart. Walmart is retail, right? Retail. And you can imagine that if Walmart orders a whole bunch of things, couldn't get it sold, then Procter and Gamble got paid, but the product got shipped to Walmart, maybe stay on the shelf for too long, then expired, Walmart will have to throw it away, right? So they have a partnership. Their supply chain partnership is to say that, okay, Procter & Gamble, you're going to produce what I want. I'll tell you I order $30 million this item, but you ship to me on the incremental basis. Ship to me every 6 weeks and don't ship to me all at once. So Procter & Gamble had the order, can plan their production. Then you have Walmart getting the product in with timeline. So those kind of supply chain partnership happens between the one sell and the one produce. So that is definitely becoming very predominant in this business space. So people are caring about schedules. When do I need what? How are you going to produce? So all of these things becoming a inventory management mega map, and to really controls how the retailer behaves, how the wholesale production behaves. So with supply chain partnership, it's a very deep. There is a bachelor degree, master degree made for supply chain partnership kind of theory. So that's a big thing to dive into. But when I talk to the small business, I am not talking about you go to, contact the the producer. But you could, if you and other businesses can come up with a schedule, go to the producer. We just need mangoes at this time. I need this much, he need this much, she need this much. So you can order from the direct producer at once, and or even repetitively with a schedule. So these are supply chain partnership, has a lot you can develop. When people are running business bigger and bigger, that naturally become your next step, because you're looking at reducing cost of goods sold. How are you going to do it? By supply chain efficiency study. Affiliate programs is also a way to collaborate. It's also a way to expand your business. So there is a thing right now called Amazon Associates. Have you ever heard of that? If you put Amazon link, Amazon product information on your website, you are getting commissions. So that is, they generally call that Amazon Associate. This program is a affiliate marketing program offered by Amazon. It allows the website owners, bloggers, and other content creators to earn commissions by promoting Amazon product, referring customer to go to Amazon website. So again, affiliate program. And I'm just dreaming it. It's not really what I do. So let's say I really want my webinars to go viral on the internet space. So I'll tell another CPA firm that just put my webinar on your website, and if it is driven coming from your channel, and I'll pay you for every customer you got for me, right? So I just say this to you because I know you can relate. And your business is the same thing. And you can actually produce, create, innovate affiliate programs. Figure out how that works. Of course, you need to know how to identify whether that customer is coming from that website or not, right? Not like I have a solution. I have an IT team, so I can tell them I want that. So they will have to figure that out. But you want to be able to get other people to speak your words. So that's why I say that please subscribe to Community CPA channel. Because when you subscribe, and you will know what we are doing by virtue of you talking about what you learned, and you will say, oh yeah, I got that from Community CPA's channel. That is already a affiliate program in the way, even though there's no financial in and outs in here, but it is affiliate program. It is you become the associate of whomever the program, the channel you subscribe, right? Licensing agreements is also another one. This one, I want you to understand the licensing is not like, I have a CPA license, boy, I'm sitting through 4 exams and I lose sleep for a couple of years before I get it. No, not like that. Licensing doesn't mean you have to sit through exam to get it. The licensing is obviously means a definition of intellectual property. Let's say you have a restaurant and you are just so great. Your restaurant sells so well because the sauces you produce is just mega amazing. You don't tell anybody, but you know how to do it. So that is your intellectual property. So people who want to use your sauce, they need to pay a fee to you. You can call it recipe fee. You can also call it license. They are licensed to use your recipe. So license agreement is also a way to collaborate, right? And Disney did this license agreement with Hasbro, right? Hasbro holds the license to produce toys on Disney popular franchises, and such as Star Wars, and they, the little creatures and the flashy toys and things, those are licensed by Disney for the toy maker to make. So the right to use those features, those movie characters to produce them. So you could have a license agreement with another restaurant and use your recipe, and then you charge a fee. They need to pay you for that. That's the license agreement. So a lot of times, in terms of structure that, you don't joint venture making a company together. No, you actually will have a contract with the person who's going to use your recipe and the license agreement. You're going to use the recipe, and so this is how much I charge you. So that's how that goes. So with that said, licensing agreement, number one, create the definition of your intellectual property and wrap around a concept around it, then figure out how to charge it. So that's your license agreement. Then you had people going around to use your license to become a brand. So maybe you're Taco Bell, then Taco Bell has this license agreement. You have to pay royalty fee to become a Taco Bell. Same thing, right? Chipotle is the same thing. So those are the things you can do. Even though you just have one restaurant right now, but you recognize your intellectual property, then you do it. All right, R&D collaboration. So when you are developing something, you know that you can't do it on your own. You need a partner to come in. For example, you're inventing some new technology. Other than graphic design, you're really good. You already got the look, feel of this thing customer gonna fall in love with, but you just don't know how the APIs code and everything works. So you need an IT company to come in. But it is not a sure product. So what you can do is you do this R&D collaborations. You focus on getting this invention done, and you form a team with both you and IT and developing that. The cost of the team, you split that into your own entity to expand, to spend that out. And then when the invention comes through, you give a price, and we can set this up as a license. So people can use it, subscribe it, then you split profit and you split expenses. That's how you come through. And with inventions, Pfizer and the BioNTech, they are the good example of COVID vaccine. They actually, the Pfizer and the biotech joined the R&D efforts, created the vaccine in record time. So this is where, that's the mRNA vaccine. I don't know how people call it, Mr. NA, like mRNA vaccine. That is what they created. So those R&D collaboration happens every day. And maybe for small business owners, if you don't have any invention in your mind, you don't experience that. But I meet with, entrepreneurs who absolutely have an invention in mind. So they collaborate. And I actually know there is one going on right now, and it's a 3 business collaborating together. So to create a tool that you no longer need bookkeepers. Is that crazy? Yeah. Yes. So they're creating something. You no longer need bookkeeper. That is what happens right now. So those are research and development collaborations. And networking and referrals, of course, this is the one that you already know. Like the real estate agent and the mortgage brokers are the most frequent networking referrals. And in our space, in the CPA space, you also network with bigger firms, you network with younger firms, and you doing referral across the board because not all the clients fit that firm, so they can go somewhere else to get a better service. So these networks are key. When you are in business to look at expanding your business, you say, I'm antisocial. I don't do network. That that draws a period for your growth. You can't. If you really are into expanding your business and you need to work on networking and referrals, of course, together with that is the event sponsorship and the partnership. And this is where I actually really want you to see the big boys like Coca-Cola and the sponsors Olympics, right? We watch Olympic Games. Have you ever missed Coca-Cola's brand advertising? Never. It's always there. And of course, Coca-Cola sponsors other ones too. But just think of your small business. Have you sponsored event? Have you partnered with other maybe community event to really get your name out? And be working on that steadily. Don't just here and there like a popcorn, because it surprises people, but it doesn't resonate. What you want to do is you want to align your strategic vision of your company and go to those events mainly. I'm not saying you don't go to other ones, but you focus on that. For example, Community CPA. From the first day we start, we really are more focused on immigrant entrepreneurs. Obviously, our firm, we have 12,000 clients. I would say half of them is American. Has been here generations after generations. But our specialty still resides with foreign investors, immigrants, and the people in that nature, because not every CPA firm knows how to deal with property that was sold overseas and now you are U.S. citizen. So we are the company that knows how to work with that. Not all the company understand IT numbers. We're the one knows how to apply, how to use, how to properly report. So with that said, we are more in line with Immigrant Entrepreneur Summit, so we are a huge sponsor for Immigrant Entrepreneur Summit. So that nonprofit organization has been working for 18 years, and we, Community CPA, is the sponsor from the day one. And Wells Fargo is the sponsor from the day one. US Bank is the sponsor from the day one. So with that said, you can see the event sponsorship is not a here and there everywhere. No. You can do everywhere when you have that money. If you want to budget your efforts, you want to budget in the niche you're in. So those sponsorships are very meaningful. Coca-Cola, very meaningful because they appeal to the public, appeal to the healthy generation that doesn't have a diabetic. Right? Of course, they came up with a diet version, but I am just saying that you want to focus on the one that in line with your business. All right. Then the last one, the number 12, is a content collaboration. Content collaboration are those ones you can have in your content would include other people's, other companies' content. For example, LinkedIn and HubSpot, collaborated on a series of ebooks and webinars focused on marketing and sales strategy, right? Leveraged the LinkedIn professional network and HubSpot's marketing experience to provide valuable insight to their audience. So, for example, a CPA firm could content collaborate with financial planners, right? And a law firm could content collaborate with the bank and with the CPA firm. So those are collaborations between two business. A restaurant can collaborate with a homeless shelter, right? So really, those are content collaboration that you can create. Just I want to get your brain to start cranking. And you will say, okay, I think out of the 12, I can identify 3 I can do. Then make sure that is your 2025 goal to get the 3 out. You may ask me, oh, Ying, you talk about this. How many of these things you do? Like, what did you do? I'll tell you that I have never done, out of the 12, the only one I did a lot was the event sponsorship. Because people come around, ask for sponsorship. So our firm sponsors it. But the principle is that if we sponsor, we attend. So let's say they come at a tax due day. Their event is April 15. We could not go because I'm too busy. We are too busy. Then we don't sponsor. Because our sponsorship goes with our staff's time. If I sponsor a $2,000 event and I want 10 people's 1 hour's time to go into it. So that is how we can make an impact. You can imagine that you paid for the sponsorship, then you don't even show up. What did you do? Nothing. And just because people can pronounce your company's name and then make them remember that, no, nobody gonna remember. So you want to participate. Then if you ask me, okay, out of this expansion, what did you do? And I'll just tell you that I do event sponsorship. And then they will say, you do content collaboration like this one. I tell you, I didn't do a lot of content collaboration because in our firm, we have our legal arm. We also have our wealth management channel. So, we have sister companies that does those. So content collaboration has really happened already. It is not like we need to look for someone to do it. So I wouldn't call it an effort of mine. It is more of the structure already offered that. But have I ever done joint venture? I will tell you that I have not. And I am exploring that because Community CPA is also at the stage to expand. To expand, I need to have these 12 things happen within the firm. How do I make it happen? I can report back to you. But today's purpose is to have us all know what they are and to select a couple and making sure we do it to grow our business. All right. If you have more thought, you can put that on the YouTube and we'll get back to you. Or you can look at this. This is the appointment button on our website. You click one of us and we will have a video conference with you. So this is a good tool for you to get your urgent question answered. Obviously, we are tax strategists, right? We are known for our tax strategy. We are known for our immigration business consultation side of things. And of course, we do tons of tax returns. So those are the things we are known for. Our firm also provides payroll service, accounting service. And this is the YouTube channel. I want you to subscribe to our channel. When you are there, you see that round logo. That's us. And we are kind of this color, like teal green, right? And a little bit like Tiffany, but a little darker than Tiffany color. The jewelry shop color. So you see, we have. You saw the Spanish, Chinese, and English is all here, right? All right. And to wrap up. And just so one thing for you to know, we are the CPA firm open 6 days a week. So on Saturday, when you happen to have time, but thinking of talking to us and wanting to know how we are doing, and you can call our number and we always have a live person come to the phone because on Saturday our branches are open. And if our branches has less than 3 people in the branch, we don't open on Saturday. Otherwise, it's always open on Saturday. So our work schedule is from Monday to Saturday. So we have 2 shifts, Monday to Friday, Tuesday to Saturday. So professionals are on their job to serve you. So we always have them available to you. And I will talk to you again, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoy the talk. 12 expansion ideas, and use one of them is already would get you move forward. And I hope you to succeed in business. I know the environment is tough. I'm not talking about easy. and we're talking about hard. But if one thing is hard, make another effort to bring it up. If the price is going up and tariff is cutting your lifeline, then figure out other ways to increase your quantity. So if your profit margin went down, you increase your quantity, you're still gonna make it, right? So let's hope, and we will come through this together, and I will be with you every step of the way whenever you call upon us. I will talk to you again. Bye-bye.